lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Yes, it's man of faith. Insomniac. We about to bring it back. Cause I'ma bring it back. Okay. Yeah. Taking it back to the days of the feel good. Yeah. Real hip hop was the soundtrack to my childhood. Okay. Growing up without a care in the world until the only thing I cared about the state of the world. You others ain't on my level. I choose purpose over fame. I don't play with no devil. That's nothing to it though, cause truly I was born a rebel. Destroying everything in sight. This Tasmanian devil. So you can get mad if you want to. Block my shine, that's what you won't do. The sound here, man, there ain't nothing hotter. I refuse to let it die this time, so I feel I gotta bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. I'm still moving, still grooving, still got flow. Y'all thought I fell off, still hot though. I've been winning, put my faith in Christ. And he never let me down since he paid that price. Got love for my friends and my enemies. Spread around like butter, that's a remedy. Got enough for the hood and back. Plugged into the source so I never lack. That's right. So you can get mad if you want to. Don't block my shine, that's what you won't do. The sound here, man, there ain't nothing hotter. I refuse to let it die this time, so I feel I gotta bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. Come on, okay, yeah. I'ma need everybody to report to the dance floor. Everybody to the dance floor right now. Y'all got 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Let's go. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Check this out, right? Don't never be ashamed of who you are. If you serve God and serve God proudly, the fact is you should be celebrated. They sitting laughing at me. They thought I wouldn't make it. That's why I'm laughing back and waving at you haters. And if you never listen to this song, never pass it on. I just pray to God that you would come to see the throne. Cause we gon' celebrate. And it really matter what they gon' say. If they put us in the grave, I guarantee we elevate. So let the haters hate. Check this out, right? Don't never be ashamed of who you are. If you serve God, you serve God.
This is Khadevis Robinson, and welcome to the Khadevis Robinson Channel. A lot of people don't know that one of the biggest massacres to ever happen in Vegas or the biggest massacre that happened in Vegas wasn't necessarily the shooting that happened a couple of years ago when the guy went inside the hotel and shot 50 some odd people and killed 50 some odd people. Actually, if you go and do some research, in the 1980s there was a mass fire in the MGM Grand, and the fire actually killed 80-something people. Now, why do I bring this up? I bring this up because, the title of my book is When Seconds Count, but the second verse is major things happen in minor moments. But the truth of the matter is there are no minor moments. Major things happen. We make them happen. You see, there are no more ordinary moments. Yesterday I was at a football game. I was at the Ohio State football game with a coach for Ohio State, and I had my kids with me, and I was at the game. And I happened to be sitting outside just waiting because the kids was watching the game, and I went to the concession stand. I was waiting. There's a guy waiting there beside me, and oddly enough, we struck up some conversation. And he said some stuff about him being unlucky and all this. And I said, hold on, I told him, I said, I really don't believe in luck like that. He was saying he's jinxed, and I'm like, I really don't believe in it. He said, let me tell you something. He said, I was a mailman for years, and I got attacked by dogs. And he showed me some pictures of these dogs that the bite marks and how they had bitten him and how he made it through it. And he ended up having to leave the mailman job. He had worked there for numerous years. And I said, you know what, that's a bad coincidence, but okay, I don't know how you got from that to being jinxed. He said, well, let me tell you something. He said, I got all this medication I'm taking. He said, I was in the military, and I have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, whatever you call it. And I said, oh, from the dog bite? He said, no, I've been having it for years. I said, what happened? He said, and he told me the story about the thing that happened in Vegas. And as this man was telling me this story, he was talking about how he just happened to be in Vegas because he was in the military, and when the hotel caught on fire, he went to go help out, and in the helping procedure, he was having to be one of the people that was putting all the dead bodies in body bags, and he was talking about how ironic it was because one of the people, now he's from Ohio, and he happened to be in Vegas when he was younger, and one of the people that he was putting in the bag, he did some research and got the names and found out that one of them was actually from the same place he was from. So he made it a point to go by this person's grave, and he said every time he goes by her grave, he goes by there a couple of times, a year, or a couple of times a month actually. And every time he goes by there, he said he has to go by his mom's grave because his mom is buried at the same place. And he said, he just didn't feel right going by this woman's grave and not going by his mom. Now I'm gonna tell you what's amazing. I don't know this guy but as he's relaying these stories, I was saying, okay, I'm still trying to put it together. Was it any war? He said, no. He said the thing is, as we was burying these bodies, you start to get the stories. Or as we was putting the bodies in the bodies back, he said some people you saw, they was jumping out of the building. And he said he saw a woman jump out the building, and she got about to the second floor. He said he couldn't watch it, so he turned his head, and he heard a boom hit the ground. He said some people had no burns on them, so they died from smoke inhalation. But there was others who was burned beyond recognition. He said you start getting these stories because there were some people that died on the elevator because the elevator stopped working. And he said many people died in the stairwell because what happens is when it started going off back in the day, on the stairwell the doors are locked by themselves. And so people died in the stairwell. He said some people died in their sleep, not knowing, and others died with businessmen died with suitcases in their hand. He said one particular gentleman, he was trying to put him in a body bag, and the guy had this suitcase in his hand, and he said the guy just wouldn't freaking let go of the fucking suit. Use my language. And he said they was trying to get it out of there because it's the smell, and it's in Vegas, and it's it's the weather and it's people, and you just want to, and he said the guys were saying, get the freaking guy in the body bag, and he's like, but the guy couldn't, he was stuck, and the suitcase was in his arm, and as he tried to get the suitcase out the man's arm, he broke his arm, and then he put him in the body bag, and as this older gentleman was telling me the story, he was crying. I mean, we had a football game. We had an Ohio State football game. It's 100 and about 4,000 people at this game. We happened to be out. I was going to sister stand standing there. We happened to be there, sparked up a conversation, sitting there talking, older white gentleman. He's crying. And after he told me that story, he relayed some more messages about some stuff, and he told me about many other things on how things that happened in his life. And what I said to him, I said, well, you had all these coincidences that happened, but you're still here. So God's not finished with you yet. There's a reason that you're still here. As a matter of fact, there are no ordinary moments, right? Major things happen in minor moments, and I'm saying, what was the reason for you to be there? What is the reason for you to be here? What is the reason for you to still be around? I say, see, your test has now become your testimony, and your mess has now become your message. But what you need to do is share that with others, because it's an ordinary story. He kept saying to me, he kept telling me, hey, you'll look at me and you'll think everything's good and great because I'm at this game. And his name said, but I'm just struggling. He's telling me he's struggling. Like, yeah, you look perfectly healthy. You look perfectly fine, like a happy guy. But I wouldn't have known none of this happened. And I'm talking about this guy's crying. I'm an older gentleman now. So, the thing is, as we go through life, looking through Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and social media, and we checking out different things, people's lives may look as if they're doing extremely well, but you never know, because, see, everybody's going through something. So either you're going through something, you just came through something, or you're about to go through something. And the thing is, as you go through, as one of my favorite verses say, the valley of the shadow of the valley of death, you should fear nothing. As you go through these things, sometimes we must sit back and think, what is it for me to learn? What is it for me to share? So what I'm saying to you is, if you find yourself going through a lot of stuff and you don't know why, the one question you can ask yourself is, I'm going through a lot, but the amazing thing is I'm going through it. There's people who didn't make it. Like that man said, he said, with all this stuff I've been going through, every one of these instances, someone else didn't make it through it, and I made it, so it has to be a reason for that. I want you to look at life, all the miracles that's happening in life every day. Feeling healthy when you're not sick, because when you get a cold, you know how that feels, and you feel terrible, and you would give anything to not be sick. When you're hungry, you'll give anything to have food. When it's freezing outside, you just wish it was warmer. When it's gloomy, you wish it was sunny. But when it's hot, you wish it wasn't so hot. What I'm saying is, I want you to sit back. The miracles in life that you've maybe before taken for granted, and the things that you've gone through, or the things that you're going through, look at them, and let's take those things and use it as a teaching tool, or more so, take them and maybe help others with them in some way, shape, or fashion. Just find a way. This has been Khadevis Robinson. This is the Khadevis Robinson Challenge, and once again, holla.